So hopefully things are working now because at 9:39 I was like, "All right, let's do this thing." I hit stream and forgot that I was in the process of testing YouTube's new streaming service like 20 minutes ago, and so the stream key was not connected to our channel, and that wasn't maybe the best thing to do, and then forget that I was in the process of doing. So a little slow, but we got there in the end. And it is time for the Arc de Triomphe. And I had to laugh at myself because I advertised on Twitter and YouTube earlier about how Deputy Governor is trying to make it back to back arcs, going for his second arc. And I was very excited about that. And then I thought, you know what, I should just pull up the stakes history just so I have it ready for contests or talking about it. Yeah, this horse has already won 2 arcs. He's going for his third. Definitely forgot that little detail. Kind of a big one. So, whoops. I went and amended my tweets and Facebook posts and all that stuff, but I felt a little bit stupid because I should probably know that kind of thing. So, here we are for the arc. Post time is in, math is hard, 12 minutes. And we have a field of 7 set to go a mile and a half for $6 million. And that one arc that we had a few years back where we ran like 14 multimillionaires and it caused like the greatest speed figures in sim history and stuff. This is probably, in my opinion, maybe the second best arc field that we've ever had. It's very, very good. I'm very, very happy with it. So on the rail, we have number 1, Fire to Look At for Mike Springer. And Mike mentioned he wasn't going to be in the chat room but that he might be able to be listening on YouTube on his phone while he's at work, which I suspect many people are doing. So Fire to Look At is a 3-year-old filly by Kingdom of Rust, who is Mike's stallion that he has. And Kingdom of Rust did not win an arc, but I do believe he ran in it a couple times. Anyway, this filly is unbeaten in 7 starts. She's coming off a victory in the Irish Oaks. She won the International Oaks in California before that. She won the Louisville Bun Barrette. Last year she won the Stewards Cup. So why not the Arc? Well, the Arc is hard because it's a bunch of older males, but a 3-year-old filly did win this race for the first time ever back in year 45. Carl Smythe had With Care in here. With Care had a little bit better breeding, but this filly so far seems just as good, this Fire to Look At. Number 2 is Brilliance for Kane Saracen, a $4.8 million purchase, who's earned back $2 million of that. This guy's coming off a victory in the Worldwide Stakes in England. Before that, he won the Prince of England. He's won 3 Group 1s in a row. He was 5th in the Desert Turf Classic earlier this year. Son of Sydney is 10 for 14 lifetime, has only been worse than second twice. Number 3, we have Shine Bright for Keith Place, and this is a $1.7 million son of Satono Moon, who's earned back 3.7. Shine Bright was your winner of the Desert Turf Classic earlier this year. Since then, he has run second in 3 races in a row, including missing to Brilliance twice by a head and then a nose, so that's annoying. He also lost to Obsidian Fury, who is not here. Last year, this guy won the English Champion, the Ireland's Champion, the United Freedoms, and the Caesar Augustus. Number 4 is Mike Springer's second horse in here, and this is Don't Forget Me, a $2.5 million purchase. He's 5 for 12 lifetime. He has only been worse than second once in his career. This guy did win the German International Cup 2 starts back, was second last out in the King George. Last year, he was third in the Louisville Bunbury, but he came back to win the Barbados 2000 Guineas and the Pre-Stealth Ninja, which is a French Group 1. Number 5 is your big horse, and that is Deputy Governor for Izzy Rafferty. Kittison Black has been the sire of the winner 3 years in a row because, obviously, Deputy Governor twice, and then Night March the year before that, so one stallion looking to make it 4 arcs in a row, which would be kind of crazy. Deputy Governor is the kind of horse who likes to make everybody crazy. 1, he's too good. People don't like that. 2, when it comes down to it, sometimes he loses. He's 16 for 20 lifetime, never been worse than third, $12.2 million earned. The rumor is that he will be racing next year, and the more recent rumor is that he was originally planning on skipping the Stewards Cup and heading to the Pegasus next year to go after the earnings record. Instead, now it sounds like he might back up in distance for the Stewards Cup mile. And I don't know how I feel about that, except for, I guess, why not? Like, Could be fun. People don't get brave to do that kind of thing often enough. So it could be fun. Anyway, Deputy Governor is coming off a victory in the Chicago Million. Before that, he won the Carlos Pellegrini. Both of those are big, rich races. But he lost the Desert Turf Classic. He lost it last year as well. He lost the Stewards Cup last year when he finished third behind Like Diamonds. But doing the ARC Stewards Cup double is very difficult. I do believe only one horse ever has managed to do it. So there's that. Number 6 is last year's Stewards Cup winner, and this is Like Diamonds. He's only won twice since then. First was the pre-consolation prize in France, and then he was 5th in Dubai, 3rd in the London Cup, but then he came back to win the King George over Don't Forget Me. This guy has won $8 million, 12 of 23. He's a 5-year-old son of Tono Crown for Glenn Larson, and weirdly enough, this is also the brother to number 2, Brilliance. Rounding out the field, we have number 7, Take the Ghost for Tamara Estes. This is a 5-year-old son of Take Me Up out of the Opera Ghost mare. Did the Opera Ghost win this? I really thought he did, but apparently not. Coming off a victory in an allowance race in England. Before that, he was 3rd in the Desert Duty Free behind Phenomenal One and Hard Case. Phenomenal One is racing tonight, I do believe, in the Cox Trophy, maybe? Funny that we have the Cox Plate and the Arc de Triomphe on the same night, and they both drew very good fields. 6 for 19 lifetime, top 3 14 times. This guy has earned $500,000. This is your long shot in this race just because he doesn't have the earnings of the rest of them. Look at the rest of them. 8 million earned, 12 million earned, 1.1, 3.7, 2 million, and 1.4. So that is your field for the Arc de Triomphe. This race has produced some of the great results in sim history. Deputy Governor obviously won the last 2 legs. Quieter Time, the 3-year-old colt back in year 47, absolutely crushed the race and ran a 100 speed figure, the fastest ever. Elysian Park is the one who won the race that we were talking about. The one where like a horse broke because it was so intense. Look at that field. Elysian Park, quite the feat. Alexi, Go Do, Farscape, Sir John Falstaff, Something Wild, who earned like $7 million. Gibraltar's the one who broke. Forgave. That was a very good field. This field's is good, I think. Will the Saudi Cup be coming to the sim? No. No, that is not a thing. I mean, it's probably going to be a thing, but not next year. Some of the horses who have won this race, the ARC, King George was a 3-year-old when he did it. Charlton Heston upset a good field back in year 46. Obviously, Sydney took it in year 40 before winning the Stewards Cup. Yorick Burnison, Nepolte de Atlante. Andre back in year 32 went on to be one of the great stallions. And then way back in the old sim, Magician, Atlantis, Stealth Ninja. Those were some pretty awesome stallions as well. Why is Deputy Governor going to come back next year again? She's not really sure how he's going to be as a stallion. The dam's okay, Reggie Wayne. By feet, I believe, yes. But she was only 1 for 8 lifetime. And yes, she produced a world beater, but the other foals were just okay. So I guess as long as he's good, why not run? Well, mostly because he's making us all crazy. So I know that you all are here because you want a Sim 8.0 secret. I was hoping to tell you something a little bit more exciting maybe, but the admin is here watching me, so I'm not allowed. But I can tell you one thing that there is. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you pumped? So when you go into your stable page, you get your racing barn, your breeding barn, your training barn, pasture, all these things. Well, we have a brand new barn for you coming on September 29th, 27th, Friday. And just as a side note, we're not really sure when that's going to be because the year's supposed to turn over at noon, but I'm going to be at work and the admin is going to be on an airplane. So it might be that the year turns over a few hours later when we can both be around, or something like that, because we won't cut short your full time. Anyway, yes, barn. You wanted to hear about the new barn. So there's a new barn, and it's the leasing barn. And in the leasing barn, it will show you all the horses that you have leased out to other people and all the horses you have leased from other people. It shows who the current owner is, who the horse is eventually going back to, what year the horse is going back. So whether it's 2-year lease, 3-year lease, going back at the end of the year. Um, just an easy way to see something that was kind of difficult to see before, because you can see them all in one place, the training ones, the racing ones. And then obviously, because it's a barn, in your managed barns area, you can make your own custom barns with those settings. So you can say, I want a leasing barn of my standardbreds, or, whatever excites you. It's even got a new little icon. It's a cutesy deal between a girl and a guy who are trading a horse over. That's the theory behind it anyway. So 3 minutes to post. Make sure you get your bets in for the daily double, the pick six, the pick four, and on the race itself. Our next broadcast will be 13 days from now for the Stewards Cup Stars of Tomorrow program on Thursday the 19th. Because of course. On Thursday the 19th will be our next broadcast. Unless I get crazy and try and do the whole week. I actually might try and do that. So it'll probably be Monday the 16th. I lied. It'll probably be the all-weather Stewards Cup races. And if anyone wants to babysit, I would appreciate some help. If you want Stewards Cup calls, you need babysitting help. Or I do, I guess. 1 minute to post for the arc. Field is circling behind the gate. Nice to see all of you here on a Friday morning. Big night of results tonight. We have the Long Island Gold Cup, the Awesome Derby. The admin just gave me permission to give you another hint of something that's coming, or tell you what's coming. This is the one that I've actually told a couple of people. I think Brandon and Brian are the two people who won it in a contest, know something about 8.0 early. I think this is the only game point thing that we added this year, this launch. And that is for a small sum. You can extend your horse names to 20 characters. So if you're typing an amazing horse name and it's 19 and you're like, ah, bam, now you can name it that. So now Brandon and Brian know nothing exciting. It's too bad Brandon's not here, because I would love to tease him about that. Probably the biggest takeaway from what I just said is that's the only game point thing we added, I think. It is post time for the ARC. Will Deputy Governor make it 3 in a row? In real life, Enable will be trying to do that in about a month. 3 weeks. Something like that. Betting pool closed at $42,400. Excellent work, guys. Field of 7 is in the gate. And they're off in the Arc de Triomphe. Deputy Governor was one step slow. Fire to Look At on the rail goes out to lead them, and here's Brilliance alongside. Then Deputy Governor is rushed up. Don't Forget Me, Take the Ghost, Shine Bright, and Like Diamonds is taken to the back of the pack. And it is the filly, Fire to Look At, who's leading them, joined by Deputy Governor, and these two kick clear of Brilliance. Then comes Don't Forget Me, who drops back a good 3 lengths behind that one. Take the Ghost alongside Shine Bright, and Like Diamonds would have 6 lengths to make up. So it is the undefeated filly, Fire to Look At, who leads with Deputy Governor alongside, and they're a length clear of Brilliance. 5 lengths now back to Don't Forget Me and Take the Ghost. Shine Bright is 3 deep, and then comes Like Diamonds. And that is your field if they've got 7 furlongs left to run in the Arc. Deputy Governor now, he puts his head in front of Fire to Look At, but the filly battles back, and these two are noses apart. 2 lengths to Brilliance. Another 8 lengths back to Don't Forget Me, and then comes Take the Ghost with Shine Bright. Like Diamonds would now have to make up 13 or 14 lengths to win it, and it is still Deputy Governor dueling with Fire to Look At. The pace is solid. 2 lengths clear to Brilliance. Then comes Don't Forget Me well back, Take the Ghost, Shine Bright, and Like Diamonds, and the closers are going to have to get moving with only half a mile left to run in the Arc. It is Fire to Look At who puts her head back in front of Deputy Governor, and the filly is brave. Fire to Look At, she's now a half length, now a length clear of Deputy Governor. Brilliance is still sitting third. Don't Forget Me getting closer. Here comes Take the Ghost, Shine Bright, and Like Diamonds. The closers are moving in, and it is Fire to Look At who leads them off the turn into the long straight. Fire to Look At with Deputy Governor chasing her. Brilliance and Like Diamonds, then Don't Forget Me, and it is Fire to Look At who's all out in the Arc. Deputy Governor trying to get to her, trying to make it 3 in a row. Brilliance and Like Diamonds, but Fire to Look at her go. She's courageous, she's special, and she is indeed Fire to Look At as she wins the Arc over Deputy Governor, ending his streak. Brilliance was third. Like Diamonds, Don't Forget Me, and Take the Ghost. The official winner of the Arc is Fire to Look At. She's a 3-year-old black filly by Kingdom of Rust out of Wild by Chaton. She is a homebred for Mike Springer and is unbeaten in 8 starts. I don't think anyone's ever tried to do the Arc Stewards Cup filly and mare turf double. Will she be the first? Thank you for being here on a Friday morning. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Happy racing!